Hey there, Sean Reddy, Keller Williams Reddy Group. And today we're talking about the top 10 reasons that homes don't sell in 2023 and how to avoid those mistakes. And we all know, if you've been following the market, we all know that the residential real estate market has changed quite sizably in the last 12 to 15 months, mainly due to rising mortgage rates. There's also lots of uncertainty in the macroeconomic picture, which can also impact the real estate market as well. So gone are the days where every home sold had 15, 20, 50 offers on them, driving the price up 100, 200,000 over asking price. And now we're settling into a market where as much as 15 to 30% of the active listings actually don't sell. So we're making this video and we're gonna follow it up with a blog post on what causes homes not to sell in this market that we're in now. These are in no particular order. They all can have a significant impact on the success or failure of a home listing. So we're going to go through them just as I've written them. So number one is your photo order. According to a 2015 Microsoft study, the average attention span for a human is 8 seconds. That's one less second than a goldfish. So each year gets shorter and shorter, and I'm sure 2023 will be way less than 8 seconds. So most real estate search sites and apps only show the first photo of the home. To get to the next one, you need to click on the next one or swipe. The problem with that is most realtors put the front of the home as the first photo. Now, some MLSs require the front of the home to be the first photo, yet some don't. And we work two markets, both in Tampa Bay and Denver Metro. Tampa requires a lead photo or the Central Florida MLS, I should say, requires front of the house to be the lead photo. Denver does not. So make sure that your best photo is also your lead photo. And nearly all homes' best photos aren't of the front of the house. So that 8-second attention span probably becoming much closer to 2 seconds. Most potential buyers may never have the patience to get to the best photo. And I see this all the time. A home will have a beautiful kitchen or a stunning backyard, and you have to scroll through like 10 or 15 photos to get to it. So the solution here is to put at least the first 5 best pictures as the first 5 photos. That way you capture the attention and buyers are more likely to scroll to photo 6 and beyond. Number 2, price band errors. Most homes are listed at prices that have 9s in them instead of whole numbers, which is kind of similar to how Amazon or Walmart or discount stores price items. For example, it's common for a property to be listed at $499,999 or $499,999 instead of $500,000. That's a major mistake. Most real estate websites and apps have price bands that end in whole numbers. For example, Zillow's price bands are 3 to 400, 4 to 500, so on and so forth. So when a home's listed at $499,990, none of the buyers searching from 5 to 600 would even know the home is for sale. What makes it even worse is the lower the price band, that the lower price band is at his or her limit, whereas the higher price band buyers would be at the beginning of their price point. So the idea here is you can catch 2 price bands by pricing it right at $500,000 versus $499,990. And some people argue with me on that, saying the optics look better with a 4 versus a 5. To which I would say the reward of being in 2 price bands way outweighs the risk of somebody not having the common sense to say 499 is the same as 500. So the solution here, pretty obvious: price your home to where it's going to catch multiple price bands or brackets, if you will. Number 3. Not doing research before putting a home on the market. Hardly any real estate agents or for sale by owners check to see if there are any open permits, violations, or additional liens on the property. In our nearly 20 years of selling real estate, we've heard many agents tell us that they were less than a week from closing when they found out that there was an open permit or an additional lien on the home. Sellers have already paid their moving company to move furniture, but they weren't able to close in the end. So talk about a major headache and loss of money. So the solution here is have your attorney or realtor guide you in the right direction to do your due diligence on a home before putting it on the market. You may have something open on it and you don't even know it. Happens, like I said, quite frequently. Number 4, think you know how to market on social media, but have no clue. I'm just chuckling at some examples I can give here. If we had to give you our best guess as regarding how many realtors or sellers know how to market on social media effectively, we would say less than 1% know what to do. The majority of agents have very few sales they've made from a direct social media advertisement or post to know exactly how to market to the right buyers looking for homes they have listed. The main reason is they're guessing or don't spend the time and effort to know who to engage with on social media and the web. The solution is a lot more complicated than other solutions. We've created a video that shares what we do. Basically, we'd be totally shocked if you ever heard any other real estate agent using the exact approach in the video that I'll link this to. So if you're listening to this on a podcast, make sure to direct message us for that video. Number 5, not spending the time to get the home properly prepared and staged before photos and videos. This is a huge one. Almost all real estate agents are so worried about their average days their listing is on the market before it has an accepted, so they speed up the process to get the home online. Majority of the time, the home isn't ready to be shown, nor is it photo ready. And you really only have one chance at that first impression when buyers have more choices to pick from. So the solution, obviously, don't be in such a rush to get the home on the market. If more time is spent upfront getting the home staged, personal photos removed, decluttered, your first impression will be phenomenal and many, many times better than if you just rushed it to market. And your home will be on the market a shorter amount of time if you do take that time up front. Many people, side note here, many people get, I guess, confused as to what staging is and is not. Most people think it's somebody bringing stager furniture into your home and replacing your furniture. That is not necessarily always the case. If your home is occupied or already has furniture in it, it can be as simple as a consultation, what's called a walk and talk with a professional stager to have he or her tell you where to put your items that are already in there. Number 6, hiring a family member or a friend without interviewing other agents to see who's most qualified to do the job. See this all the time. And of course, in the boom of the last 3 years, the number of people with real estate licenses has gone dramatically up. And most of them do not know how to sell in any market other than a crazy seller's market. More than 90% of realtors do the same thing. Put up a for sale sign, enter the home in MLS, promote the home on a bunch of websites, hold an open house, advertise ineffectively on social media, make brochures, blah, blah, blah. As home inventory increases, doing only these things, probably not going to get the job done. If the seller is lucky enough to sell their home using these techniques, the length of time for the sale will be much longer and the amount netted will be much less. So your solution here, interview real estate agents until an agent is found that has an effective marketing plan of action. If they can't show you their plan of action, that should be a no-go for you. You need to see proven results with testimonials from satisfied clients. And if you're listening to this on podcast, make sure to contact us and we'll send you our team's marketing plan. You can also check it out at readygroupkw.com/listing packages. Okay, number 7, not having the right network of buyers and agents that sell homes in your area. So the average agent will email blast every client and every realtor on his or her list on every listing they have for sale. It may sound like a good idea, but it's the worst idea actually. Almost always there's so many people on the email list that they aren't interested in your email, and it's going to be blocked as spam if the list gets too big. They could live in a different area, aren't interested in the email topic, or numerous other reasons to get blacklisted. So when people see emails from a sender that they aren't interested in, they will often ignore the rest of the emails sent over time, even if those emails did have something that they could be interested in. So the solution here is categorize the recipients of the email, receive the email, break it down by submarket segments. Example, Aurora area agents, Highlands Ranch agents, Boulder County agents, Boulder County buyers, things like that. If a realtor has a new listing in Colorado Springs, it won't make sense to email the agent in Boulder, for example. So sending smaller email campaigns, also known as bursts, to relevant groups will substantially increase excuse me, the open rates and cause the emails to have much lower chance of going into a spam filter. A much better way to do this is for the agents to personally call or text all of the buyers and the agents individually to let them know that something's coming up that they are probably going to be interested in. And that's something that we specialize in. Number 8, not using emotional video or photography. There is a saying out there, logic makes you think, emotion makes you act. That said, all the logic in the world and talking about the beds, baths, and the 2-inch granite countertops aren't going to evoke an emotional response. So the average agent is incredibly cheap when it comes to spending money on marketing. Many will take the photos themselves on their iPhones or their DSLR cameras. And if they happen to do a video, they'll usually do it on their own, do it as a slideshow with still photos, or hire a subpar videographer. As mentioned in this article, seller only has one chance to make that first impression. So doing photos and videos without a true professional will make that first impression a negative one. So the solution is spend the money, hire an agent who's going to spend the money. We never think about the money we're spending when we have a listing, and it's not uncommon for us to spend $3,000, $5,000 on photos, drone videos, 3D immersive tours, regardless of the price of the home. Sometimes we'll be at the property for multiple days for more than 10 hours just to make sure the photos are perfect. And if you think that sounds daunting, what's more daunting is selling your home for a much lesser price than you could have gotten by producing that emotional response. Number 9, poor access to view a home. With inventory increasing in virtually every market that I see, realtors and buyers have more choices when viewing homes. So if an agent is scheduling 4 or 5 showings for his or her client and the home isn't available to be seen with the others, the odds that that agent returning on another day is pretty doubtful. So the solution here, do what you can as a seller to make the house show ready at all times and have a plan that allows for the home to be viewed with little to no notice. Give your agent a key to the home so it can be shown, in the event that has to be a short notice showing. Number 10, looking at the home through a seller's eyes instead of a buyer's eyes. With so many automated home valuation sites out there, sellers and agents will often look at the site's estimates and average them out to get a list price for the home. Other times they will look at previous sales to determine the price based on those things. The problem with these methods is that they are so inconsistent. Sometimes Zillow's or similar sites' estimates are too high, sometimes they're too low, sometimes just right. Yet make sure to read the disclaimers on Zillow's site as far as the accuracy of their home valuations in your particular city or town. Even Zillow's ex-CEO, Spencer Raskoff, sold his home for 40% less than the Zillow's estimate. So you want to be super careful when you're using online home valuations to price your home. So the solution here is it's critical to look at the current competition for the property, what similar properties have recently sold, aka the ones that are currently under contract, that have gone under contract in the last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and in what direction the market is heading. More importantly, it makes much more sense to see what the current competition is for similar properties for sale, because that's who you're going to be shopped against. So it doesn't matter what the price of a home sold for recently if there are no others like it on the market as much. If that's the case, many times you can sell the home for a greater number than the past sale if it's in a desirable location and a desirable property. And then on the other hand, if there are a lot of homes for sale, there's a good chance that the next home that sells will be less than the previous one. So just make sure you're watching the entire picture, not just closed comps and certainly not just online valuations. The most motivated buyers out there are looking at the market and inventory numerous times a day and know exactly what homes are selling for and know exactly what is for sale. Remember that sellers are competing with other sellers who have to sell, not just ones who want to sell. So interviewing agents and finding the one that's aware of all these things and knows the market like the back of his or her hand will get your home sold much quicker and for a much higher price. So we hope you enjoyed the 10 reasons. Well, you don't want to enjoy those reasons, but hope this was informative if you're considering a home sale in the near or even distant future. Why homes don't sell, the 10 reasons homes don't sell in 2023, and what to do about it. If you have any more questions, reach out. Happy to walk you through. And make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you do like this content, because we deliver it often. Again, Sean Reddy, Keller Williams Reddy Group, Denver Metro, and Tampa Bay, Florida. We'll see you.